I grew up in northern New Mexico, on a dry stretch of land my grandparents had owned for decades. Our nearest neighbor was nearly a mile away, and the silence at night was so absolute you could hear the wind change direction. That summer I was staying in the old family house alone while my parents visited relatives in Arizona. I'd never been scared out there, not really. We had coyotes, sure, and the occasional drifter, but I'd always felt safe inside the thick adobe walls. One evening, around 9 p.m., I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom when I noticed something strange in the window above the sink. It was a small square window, just glass, no screen, no curtain. On most nights it reflected the hallway behind me or the soft glow of the nightlight in the kitchen. But tonight it was pitch black outside. And yet, there was a shape in the window. It looked like a silhouette, tall, bony shoulders, and a narrow head. I spun around instantly, expecting to see someone standing in the hallway behind me. Nothing. I turned back toward the window, and the shape was still there. Except now, it had moved. Just slightly. Its head was tilted, and that's when I realized the reflection wasn't mimicking me. It wasn't my movement. It was watching me. I shut off the light and stumbled backward out of the bathroom, heart hammering. The hallway was dark except for the dim kitchen light casting long shadows along the floor. I stood there for maybe 10 seconds, frozen. I didn't want to go back in, but I couldn't just leave that window. If someone was outside, I needed to know. Grabbing the flashlight from the drawer, I crept back in and shined it toward the window. Nothing. Just my own pale face in the glass. The silhouette was gone. Reluctantly, I locked the bathroom door from the inside, even though that made no sense. Whoever or whatever had been out there wasn't coming through that door. Still, it made me feel better. I tried to go to sleep, curling up on the couch with the TV on low, but every creak in the house made my muscles tense. At some point, I must have drifted off. I woke to a sound I still can't describe. It wasn't loud, just wrong, like something trying to sound human. Not talking, mimicking. I sat up and the room was dark. The TV had gone to static. Then I heard it again, outside the living room window this time. A low, croaking whisper. "Let me in." I didn't move. Not a muscle. I just sat there, holding my breath, eyes locked on the window. There was nothing visible, just the reflection of the flickering static from the TV. But I knew it was out there. I could feel it. Another whisper, this time just a little louder, like it had leaned closer. "Let me in. I am cold." It sounded like my voice. That's what made me finally get up. I bolted down the hallway, straight to the bedroom, slammed the door, and locked it. I crawled into the closet and waited there, with my hand clamped over my mouth. Heart beating so fast I thought I might pass out. For hours, I didn't move. At some point, I must have fallen asleep in the closet, because I woke up to sunlight filtering through the slats. I walked the house slowly, checking every window, every door. Everything was still locked, except the bathroom window. It was cracked open just an inch. Just enough for a voice to slip through. I moved out 2 weeks later. Haven't gone back since. And sometimes, only sometimes, I think I still hear it. On nights when I leave a window open too long. Something outside that sounds just enough like me, waiting for a chance to find its way inside.